Welcome to Focus on Suppliers. I'm Blake Woolsey.
And I'm Jared Davis. This is it. This is the episode you're going to watch and then watch immediately on YouTube. This is the replenishment episode. A lot of suppliers have this monster haunting them at night, phantom inventory. Well, you're in luck. Avery Starks from Retevo is going to join us and tell us how to wrap your head around phantom inventory and then solve it at the store level. If you haven't paid attention to any other part of this broadcast, please stay with me for the next couple of minutes because I know you've been looking at reports all week. Those reports have been looking back at you and saying replenishment issues or zero sales or phantom inventory. Avery Starks is joining me now from Retevo, and he works with suppliers every week to not only resolve these issues, but bring long-term solutions. Avery, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Let's jump right into it with retail merchandising. Now, why is retail merchandising so important to solving these issues for the suppliers?
Retail merchandising is very important because they actually help the stores and assist them in keeping the shelf stocked. Without the product on the shelf, then nobody wins. That's where the magic happens.
As you're working with suppliers, what are the biggest issues that you see in replenishment and at the store level? And then where's that big win once they get that resolved?
I guess let's face it. I mean, it's once been said that the only time the inventory is correct in the store is on grand opening day and when the thing burns to the ground. So if you think of it in that terms, there's lots of opportunities. But with replenishment is the key driver to the POS system, and that's what actually orders the product. So if the inventory levels are off just a little bit, then it delays or prevents new orders from coming into the store, which also means that presents another problem. So that's why replenishment is such a key focus in today's landscape.
Other companies have really struggled with closing that gap. And I know Retevo has put a fresh pair of eyes on this. So tell us about the new way that Retevo brings this to the table and really gets with the supplier to solve this issue.
Good, yeah. So Retevo, I guess, generated this specific technology. And what this software does is gives us the ability to identify the greatest opportunities at the shelf. And not only that, the probability of the resolution. So, I mean, simply stating, if I had $100 to spend, where do I spend my $100 the smartest and the most efficient to get the biggest impact? That's simply what their technology does for us.
I know you've been able to successfully partner with suppliers for some projects, but what is the advantage of bringing Retevo on for that long-term coverage?
The biggest advantage would be we are able to do a more strategic plan, and that allows us to ensure that we don't miss a beat, that the opportunities at the shelf are fixed on an ongoing basis, and of course that means continual growth.
All right, Avery Starks, I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was quite a show as we expected.
This may be one of my favorite ones so far just because of all the information. In fact, if you missed any part of the show or if you want to share it with someone, it is available on YouTube. Please rewatch as many times as you want.
I love listening to Eric White talk about the 95% of your business where that focus should stay, but that 5% and how you need to be thinking about shrinkage and thinking kind of like a deviant and making sure that your product stays on that shelf unless it's purchased.
It's always interesting to hear how phantom inventory is happening, and I was really taken with Avery Starks from Retevo because he gets a lot of this in projects when he's helping out a supplier. And if you don't do it as a year-long monitoring, then you're never going to solve your major problems and you're never going to have success until you get to the bottom of what the issue is.
And very strategic, I mean, the way
Absolutely.
that sounds. And that's how I felt Jason Trout approached it as well. If you have a problem, go to Sam's Club or Walmart and let your partner know that you have an issue. It's been a great show, hasn't it?
It had a lot of wonderful information.
So we'll see you next time.